Welcome to the second episode of the How Is He Podcast. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Paul Papadoling, along with a guest that we will announce in short. This week we will be looking at results from the weekend, fixtures going forward, and we have an elephant in the room that we need to discuss.
For sure.
So let's kick it off. Okay. On the guest this week is a man that's currently probably more famous for... and probably more known for his son, who was a Grey Cullen and Laois legend. A friend of mine, Pat Timmons, but however, it's his father, Pat. Welcome, Pat, to the podcast.
Thanks, Podge. Thanks for asking me. Good to be here.
Delighted to have you on.
Thanks.
Before we get into it, Pat, we'll go over the results of the weekend, Pop.
Yep.
What do you think?
What a result for New York.
Oh, stop.
Down to 8 men. 2-0 up, I believe, they were cruising, and then 2 deliberate handballs, which... just accidents on the goal line, or whatever you want to call it, accidents, but were delivered handballs by the 2 centre halves. And then a penalty save by Craig. They equalised the last kick of the game, I think, or real deep into injury time in 90 minutes to make it 3-3. And then Lee Walker was sent off for a second yellow, I think, in extra time, early extra time. So they hung on for 8 against 11. No matter who you're playing against, it's some shift for 15 or 20 minutes. You know, and you have to admire them for it.
I think it's an absolute colossal result, Papa. I actually was following it. I had a lad there watching it. I couldn't go till it was working, so I was kind of following on the app or whatnot. And they were 2-0 up, and the word I got was cruising.
Yeah.
Cruising here in complete control.
Yeah.
And then in the flash of an eye. Now, in saying that, I was talking to Gavin Monday, and he said to me that the red cards were warranted, like they were.
Oh no, he said, I was talking to people that was at it, and they said it was just deliberate. Just stopped it on the goal. A stoppable goal is going in. Luis Suarez, Uruguay, that kind of thing.
Yeah. That does happen, right?
Yeah, I know. For people can get in the wrong position, and it's just a reaction. Yeah,
it is, because even if you're, like, and it's specifically being centre halves, right, you're a defender, you're protecting the goal, you're going to stop going no matter what.
Well, we'll ask Mr. Timmons that.
You know, it's the reaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, other results in the Premier. I'm actually looking at last week's results. That's how prepared I am. Here we are. There's this week's. Well done. We started the Youths Felix Hanover last week. Penalties as well Wednesday night.
Yeah. Felix only got the first half. I had to go off then. Felix went 2-1 up with a couple of minutes to go, and then within 2 minutes Hanover equalised. Went to penalties, and sure, penalties is penalties, isn't it? Can go either way.
I heard it was an absolute monumental battle.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and Felix have won the league. Beat Hanover 1-0 down in the deciding game where Hanover needed to win, and I always say best team wins the league, so they won it.
That's a fact. And then they went on then Saturday or Sunday to play Stella.
And that was a tough battle, you know.
They have a hangover after Wednesday.
Yeah, well, not really that. Like, they had a good team out and all that, but they played Stella Mar 17s in the last 8 and did really well with a man sent off up there, and then obviously the 18s would be a step up again.
Yeah,
you'd presume they would. 2-0 down at half time, but they had a really good show for a penalty, I believe, and then it was 2-0 for midway through the second half, and then just once the third goal goes in, you're down beat, aren't you?
You're chasing the game.
Yeah.
Starts
and
to open up.
Opens up, then it's 6-0.
Yeah. But look, I do think that it's a big ask to play such an important game on a Wednesday, and then less than a week later you're travelling to Dublin.
We've had the discussion the last time with. It's the same
it's
situation as the Oscar trainers playing Wednesday night in Wexford and then travelling to Waterford on the Sunday.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right.
Carlow Cup, Cretty at Parkville 1-0.
Yeah, Anto Fitz, another
seen the goal.
Another 1-0 Anto, Cretty yard win. They seem to be getting a reputation for it at the moment.
Yeah.
Really good. Just dug in, done a shift. You know, we played Parkville in the league, and I think I'd say they were better during the year than what they are. Maybe they're missing a few players, but they're definitely better during the year than what they are now, I think. For whatever reason that are with lads missing, I don't know, but it's hard to go to Cretty Yard and do a result that's needed, and you walked on and beat them 2-0 and a comfortable one at that, I think, in the league previous, so that's it up for tonight. They're playing Parkville, I think, is it?
Yeah, I have a lad on the phone that's over at it. I told him to text me any update so we could come in with a live update. Even though this is recorded and it's not going to be live going up, but look, the reactions will be live, won't they?
Yeah.
Donman B 0, St. Pat's 8.
Yeah, I fancied St. Pat's to win it, but not by that.
I was speaking to Lar.
Hat-trick for Brandon Kelly and a couple for Scott.
I met Lar Lacey. I think Lar was over them in Super Value, and he was saying that a few players dropped out and we scored after seemingly 2 minutes and it just put the game plan out the window.
Yeah, well, when you're playing against
it's one of them.
They're Division 1 and you're playing against a good Premier team, you want to dig in for the first 15
actually-
minutes and get a shift done, don't you?
I actually
Not
have
conceding.
I have an argument for B teams in the Carlow Cup anyway. I actually don't think it should be in the Carlow Cup.
Should be a separate cup for them.
I think it should. Remember, I had the Medbar Cup where you had Division 1, Division 2. Like, I understand if you're like a Feix or a Slaney, you haven't got a B team, you know, by all means go play in the Carlow Cup. But I just think the likes of a Pats B, a Dolman B, Cretty Yard B, you know,
Hanover B,
I just don't think it should be in it.
It's no disrespect to them, but it's not a challenge.
Hardly disrespect. But
most Premier teams.
Yeah, it's not even not a challenge. I just think it should be. I think it'll
not.
put more prestige on a competition if it's a club competition, like the Shield almost. Like the Shield's a club competition, right?
But the Shield is the start of the year competition.
Yeah.
Let the Medbar 1 be, or whatever, that Division 1, 2, be an end of the season cup for
Yeah,
anything.
I think so.
Valid point.
Parkville B and Vale Wanderers A, 3-0 to Vale Wanderers A. Division 2, these are all dead rubbers. The league is finished.
Yeah, Vale Wanderers are 2 wins, didn't it? They won 2 wins during the week. Vale Wanderers play St. Pat's in the Carlow Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
And the winners of Cretty Yard, or the winners of New York and Hanover play Cretty Yard.
Yeah.
Is that right, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Probably could be corrected.
Yard. We're playing New York Sunday.
Yeah. Wolf Hill, Bennock 2-1, Division 2. Nerney, Baldinglass 4-2 to Baldinglass. Castle 3, Hanover 1. And then, as we mentioned, Newark, unbelievable result with an A7 on penalties.
Oh, yeah, it's a proper result, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
And they have to fancy themselves now not fancy themselves, like Dotsy and Skinner. I presume Lee's going to miss the semi-final as well, but certainly the two boys will. But the teams that's gone over it, to the teams that's left in it, like you have Newark, Rock Celtic, Wexford Bows and Lucan is the last 4 teams in it. Newark will beat them anything.
Well,
on their day, if they got Lucan probably the best of the 3 of them maybe, but Wexford Bows by any account of the imagination wouldn't be the strongest team in Wexford.
No, well, to be honest with you, Papa, with the quality, well, not with the quality, but even with the current group of players that's there in Newark and the A team, right, and they're missing them 3, I still think they have enough to kind of fill the gaps. Like a Keane Dolan could win centre half. To have what's his name, Kyle.
Well, yeah,
you know,
like sure, Luke Ram can go in left full and Dylan can play centre half.
So I think in relation to, okay, they're missing Dotsy, obviously he's the talisman, and Skinner, who's been fantastic for them, and Lee, but they definitely have areas of quality to fill the quality.
They do, yeah. It's just
you know?
it makes the bench a little bit weaker, is all it does, you know. But
and it's a semi-final though, Papa.
You're not weak coming on if you're.
Do you know?
It's no place for the faint-hearted coming on, not wanting the ball in a game like that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know,
you think the draw is live tonight in the Seven Oaks.
It is, yeah, it's live.
And I'd like to see New York get a home draw, be given every advantage possible.
I think it'd be great for it. Look, listen, if you're on top, everyone doesn't like you. There's no secret about it, right? And you'd be very arrogant if you thought that people liked you. It's not their fault. But what I'm saying to you is, we should be getting behind them. It's the Leinster semi-final.
Yeah,
the same. Hey, listen, Cretty Yard got to it a few years ago. The final, Sheriff bet them in it.
Yeah,
I was hoping Cretty Yard would win that.
I was commentating that game with KCLR.
Were you?
Yeah.
You got the sack. What to say on it?
No, I didn't get the sack. No, no one got to a final since. Hopefully that'll change in your walk.
Yeah, we'll move on. Pa, thanks for coming again.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry for that little rundown of results there.
You're okay.
I asked you to send me on your accolades, if you like, and what you've won down through the years, right? You've 3 Kilkenny leagues, 3 Carlow leagues, which was 6 in a row. Is that right?
Yeah.
6 leagues in a row.
6 leagues in a row, yeah. Two.
Was it Kilkenny first, Pat, then Carlow, or the other way around?
No, there was 2 in Carlow, then 1 in Kilkenny, and then 3 after that with Walkerstone.
Brilliant.
3 in a row Walkerstone, yeah.
You've won Carlow Cup, 2 Carlow Shields, a Premier Cup, FAI Area Cup. Correct me if I'm wrong, you had to win that to get into the FAI competition.
Yeah.
To get into the outside competition.
To represent your area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many teams in Carlow.
So it would have been Carlow.
Carlow, Wexford, or Carlow. There's 2 areas together in it.
Okay.
I think the time we were playing was Carlow, Wexford.
Just an open draw, was it?
Yeah.
Like you could have drawn a team from Carlow in that competition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or a team from Wexford.
Yeah.
So you had to go win a competition to get into the competition.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you had to win your area.
Many teams, Pat.
Yeah.
Was all teams?
Well, it could have been.
Were they invited into it, or was it an application? Or what way did it work?
I'm not sure. I think all Premier teams were in it, Papa. I think it was the Premier Leagues in the 2 counties. If I'm
right, and then
my memory is not 100%.
Just a draw after that.
But then I think it was a Carlow Wicklow or something like that. could have been Carlow first because I don't remember playing very many teams from outside in the area section of it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
It's actually it probably actually brings a prestige to it, really. Do you know what I mean?
It does. You come over your area, then you go into the national part of it.
And
Who did you? Do you remember who you bet in the final? I mean, hard on you here, Pat.
No, well, yeah, everything is hard on me. Yeah. But
you don't forget your words on Facebook, Pat.
yeah, I know that. That's only where Liverpool.
He's a keyboard warrior, Bob.
It's only for the Liverpool lads.
Yeah.
But I know we beat Walkerstown at the time on the, or they were actually Sweeney Rangers at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
We beat them 5-1.
Beat them 5, right?
5-1 in the final of it. And I can't remember who else, but it was either that year or the year after. We went to the last 16 in Ireland.
Oh.
We were beaten over in Ennis.
So
Team by the name of Avenue United.
Right.
Beat us over there.
So when you come out of the FEI area section, you're into an All-Ireland section or a Leinster section?
Yeah.
An All-Ireland section.
Open draw.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
And it's the winners from all the groups, all the areas that they've done.
Yeah, play one
Right.
another. Yeah, with
Very
all
good.
Avenue. But sure, look, we should never have played because we played on a beach. There was 10 ton of sand on the pitch.
Go away.
Yeah.
Was it,
Should
yeah?
never have played in it.
Where was it?
Over in Ennis, in County
Oh,
Clare.
right.
Yeah. Avenue United.
Over in Trump's
I think
place.
the beat is 2-0 or 2-1.
Right.
Yeah.
Terrible
But sure,
pitch.
it was more like playing on a beach now than I was playing the football field. But sure, we won't use that as an excuse.
There was no great
Yeah.
pitches back then, though, was there? Like, you
No,
don't
well,
mean, like, it's not the Stone Age or anything, but it's...
You know, back in them days,
What's the best pitch you played on years ago, Pat?
probably Dermot's.
Ah, yeah.
Kilkenny, yeah.
Yeah.
Good pitch, yeah.
Kenny Park.
Yeah.
But sure, all pitches that time were hit and miss. There was no dressing rooms. You tugged out the back of the car in most places.
Yeah.
That's
the lorry.
nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember playing down in Jerry
Yeah.
playing Forest one day in the cup game and I got my arse stung with nettle. There was nettles in it.
Must be a quite big nettle then.
The nettles on the field. That's the truth.
Oh, my God.
Jerry playing Forest. I don't forget.
Straight.
Yeah.
You also won Carlow Sports Star Award. I've looked this one up, and you're the first player to win Carlow League Player of the Year. The inaugural one, you're the winner of it. And I actually remember your son Mark, we were kids years ago, bringing me into the house to show me the award. He was that proud of you.
Great achievement.
Yeah, 'cause
It's a
yeah,
pity he
because-
can't bring you in to show you Sam Maguire or a county championship or something like that. But anyway,
Oh, well, sure, that's a distant. But sure, I used to bring Mark to the games like when he was young. Like, you know.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Schmeichel was calling.
Yeah, that's right.
Stamp
Yeah.
him.
Looks like Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, well,
Go on, sorry, go on.
Laurie, when he was small, he was Pat Timmons' son.
Yeah.
No,
No, you're Mark Timmons'
I'm
father.
Mark Timmons' father.
How the cookies have changed, eh?
Yeah, how it's changed, yeah.
I tell you, also as well, I'd say you're one of a few who played for Carlow Oscar Trainers and Kilkenny Oscar Trainers.
Yeah.
There's not too many have done that.
Played with Kilkenny 1991, 92, the year we won the league down there.
Yeah.
The AUL beats.
Yeah, you were very strong then.
Yeah,
massive
very
league.
strong, yeah.
Big league.
Yeah.
And then you also represented Leinster.
Mm.
Is that through selection?
Well, there was two of us picked from Carlow, myself and John Kearns. John Kearns was in the goal.
Yeah.
And I
For St.
played
Pat's as
centre
well,
half.
For-
No, I don't know who John was playing at the time.
Right.
Could have been New Walk or someone like
Right.
that. I'm not 100% certain, but two of us went up to Dungannon. Swift's ground up in Dungannon. We played Mid-Ulster. We beat them 3-2. I had those lads from the Dublin League and everything, for sure. All the lads from Dublin, the first thing you ask is, who'd you play League of Ireland with?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great.
You're not supposed to be here, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's their attitude. Not
Yeah.
past Newlands Cross.
Yeah.
That's a brief run, though. Well, I mean, I don't mean brief in the sense you didn't do much. You know, you've done a lot in junior soccer.
And to get out of the house, you know. So.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I tell you where I want to start, right? I kind of want to get in, not that I'm a psychologist, right, but I want to get into the mindset of junior soccer, okay, it probably wouldn't be labelled as an elite sport, right? So you'd have lads kind of hanging on and playing well into their... Oh, you only finished, Pop? So you're still playing 44. But anyway, do you know what I mean?
36 proper, like say. Yeah.
What's the mindset to say, I've enough of this now?
Well, I was driven. I was a bad loser. I wasn't a sore loser.
Yeah.
I hated losing.
Sportsman, but
I was driven.
didn't like losing.
I wanted to win everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to, basically that was it. I was driven. And when we were playing teams, I didn't want to beat them. I wanted to hammer them, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, and look
Yeah, knock 'em on for that,
I know, yeah, but I'd shake hands when I lose. I wasn't a bad loser. I just hated losing.
Yeah.
It's just driven.
Where is that created, Pat? Like, how do you get like? Listen, there's winners, and then there's Pat Timmons talking about I fucking hate losing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get to that point in sport?
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. It's just something inside you.
Yeah.
It's just
a trigger, isn't it?
It's you're competitive.
Yeah.
Like, I hated anyone beating me in the air to a ball. I hate anyone going by me with the ball. I hate anyone scoring a goal against us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I was contrary, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. You know.
I think it's a trait in most winners, the contrariness, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to have a small bit of it early. You know.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, like, you know, you can, like, and then you come to that transition as you did we mentioned last week, Pop, where you go from the playing into the managing kind of thing. Like, I know you kind of went in, you mentioned you were player manager at one stage as well. Yeah. So how does that change, Pat?
Straight away, Pat?
No, it was, I transferred from St. Pat's to Walkerstown because we were after winning the league in 1981. And Pats decided in 1981-92 they were going back down to Kilkenny.
Ah, okay.
And I hated travelling. So I was going to transfer that year, but Fred Byrne, our mission, came down and asked me to give him another year. So I gave him another year. We won the Kilkenny League. And after that, I transferred back to Walkerstown. There was a couple of reasons why I transferred back to them, but, you know.
Yeah.
That was a great team, wasn't it, Pat?
Which Walkerstown?
Yeah, it was killers in it, wasn't it?
Sure. Sure. Look at
Davy Dooley.
Yeah.
I remember one year, Pat. He used to live. I don't know if he's listening to this now, but my mother lives in Mount Leinster Park, and he lived 4 doors up from me. Yeah. And I remember one of the days I seen him up on a ladder. I was only a teenager at the time, and I was like, "What kind of a human being is he with the size of the calves on him?"
Well,
there was heartbeats in them. There were huge.
He had a pair of legs like
oak trees.
They
were
capital.
Yeah, they were great players.
What a lovely fella. He's in England, yeah?
Yeah.
Christy Sullivan. Paul was on it, was he?
Laura Mercium, yeah. Paul, Larry Ryan.
Martin.
Martin was there for a while and he went to Stratford. John Hennessy.
Chops and goal?
Chops. There was Chops. There was 3 goalkeepers. There was Chops, Joe Broderick and Gaga. Corcoran were the 3 goalkeepers when I was there.
That's can't get one now. They had 3.
Brendan Dunn. Stevie Moore.
Stevie Moore was a great fullback, wasn't he?
Yeah. Kevin Ray.
Yeah, the Rays were
good. Yeah. Larry Ryan. Laura Mercium.
Poor old Larry, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Marr actually.
Tullow,
yeah.
Was he there as well?
He was there.
The referee?
Oh, well, he did.
Was he refereeing for a while, was he?
Small bit.
Was,
yeah. He played middle of the field apart
Did they not call him Psycho?
Well,
he was.
Maybe so. I don't know. He played for us.
That's the right letters, yeah, but he's not.
He go through a brick wall.
Yeah, but that was his game. He wasn't he wasn't fantastic on the ball. His game was closing you down and running you into the ground, and that was his game.
Yeah, but all them lads, them Walkerstown lads, like the trail like that led them to Walkerstown was they were originally Carroll Rangers B team, the team I went down to play with first.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they were, yeah. I was asked to, Martin asked me to...
Well, if that was the B team, who was in the A team?
I'll just tell you the story about the B team, how I got playing. Like, I hadn't played football for years and years, and I got married. And most lads give up playing football and I got married, but sure, I started, like, you know. I was late to junior soccer. I was 23 years of age.
Go ahead.
When I went down to play with Carroll Rangers B team. I went down, they were trying to get me into the goal because Kevin Murray was in the goal and they were trying to get me out. But he wouldn't store, so I ended up playing in the middle of the field. Right. But that was Carroll Rangers B team. And I also played with the A team that year. They won the league. We won the double, and there was the likes of Nipper Byrne, Lord of Mercy.
Oh yeah,
Paddy Kelly, Lord of Mercy.
Nipper out the shop on
Lonnie Delaney, Denny Ryan, Terry Dillon, P. John Hill.
Terry was a great player, was he?
Ben Dolan. Yeah.
Terry was a great player.
He's the general, yeah.
General.
Dixon, we used to call him. Kerry Dixon. After Kerry Dixon.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Kerry Dixon, yeah.
Ben was a good one as well.
Ben was a good one, yeah.
Ben was a very good one.
Yeah. Dinny in the goal. And
no, it's hard to play with that team, no?
No, it's hard to play it in the latter years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went through a couple of transformations.
He was brilliant too, was he?
Yeah. But the thing about Walkerstown is that when we decided to go and play with St. Pat's, the 2 teams, Carroll Rangers B team, which I was playing with, they came along and they were St. Pat's B.
Right.
But only St. Pat's B for 1 year. We were playing in Kilkenny.
Yeah.
So they decided to go back into the Carroll League and they played under John Sweeney. Under Sweeney Rangers.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then they changed from Sweeney Rangers to Walkerstown.
And where was Walkerstown's pitch? Was the college, wasn't it?
Was the college,
Was
yeah.
the college?
Was the college,
Up where the asteroids was the other way around.
Kilkenny
It was
Road, yeah.
up where the asteroids. It was from
Different angle, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of soccer played up on that pitch, wasn't there?
There was a lot of soccer playing it.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
Hanover played a bit up there.
Yeah. Sure, we used to, Carl Rangers used to train under the street lights, you know, the lights at the back of it, a small bit of light.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, Pat. So I'm going to get to that. So I was talking to Pop about this today, about how I'm going to approach this, right? So we're talking 80s, 90s, right?
Yeah.
Right? How do you know when training is on? Like, if you compare it to
We're
today,
allowed.
right?
Is it set after a match on a Sunday, Pat?
Yeah, but we had our training nights.
Set
They
in
were
stone?
set.
Yeah, Tuesday and a Thursday night, or sometimes a Friday night. But a Thursday night was because the Kilkenny people was out on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and all the fixtures were on it, so we knew who we were playing. And what time we were
I'm
playing.
actually surprised to hear the fixtures were even published.
They were on the Kilkenny people.
Did they publish league tables and things like that as well?
They did.
And would it have been the same in Carlow, Nationalist?
Well, the Carl League was only starting and
That's what
that
I mean.
time, like, you know, because I remember we played Evergreen in a quarter-final of a cup down to college, and we were on the bottom pitch.
Yeah.
And I think there was a playoff one of the early years of the Carl League up in the top. And there was about 400 looking at our match. And every minute the referee blew the whistle for the Carl League match. They were all gone. They went up to the top match.
Yeah.
We were left looking at one another, yeah.
It is.
Where did you train? Up at the lights?
We trained at the lights.
And if it was raining, just call it off?
No.
Just train away?
I remember we trained in later on when we were St. Pat's, when we were playing out in Roselands. Remember Roselands?
Home
Oh,
football.
Playing Roselands, yeah.
Gun stores is.
Yeah.
Home of football.
We used to train in Pichelli
Yeah.
Yeah.
and play out there, but we actually played rugby league one night and the field was flooded.
Played rugby.
Yeah, there was downpour. The field was flooded and we played rugby league. And,
Instead?
yeah, training.
Just for a training session?
Just for training
There was
session.
games played in Pichelli as well, wasn't
There
there?
was, yeah. Bar Rovers used to always playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Pat's played in it, but they were going to, I think it was in the early 80s. The fella that wanted it, he said he was going to build shops or something in it, but
Right.
Pat's put a bit of £3,500 on it at the time,
Mm.
and it wasn't accepted.
Go away.
Yeah, so
Got
probably
a lot
the
of money in
developer,
that.
they were told they were given an order to get over it within a week.
I went to
So I
Roselands.
remember his photograph of my father. My father was involved in it, taking down remember the dressing rooms were down
Yeah,
at the far
the
end,
prefabs, yeah.
taking down all the prefabs.
Well,
So, and they were lucky then. Sure, we got Roseland after that. We were lucky to get Roselands after that.
Kilkenny League, well, we were involved with Pats when we went back to Kilkenny there, and I think it was whatever year it was, the mid-2000s. The McCalmon Cup was massive.
Yeah.
And I never forget Tom Hennessy telling me that only one Carroll team has ever won the McCalmon
That's
Cup.
it. 1965 or 64. Yeah.
Did you ever play in a final of it, or
Beaten 2 finals.
you were not?
Yeah. MFA beat us in 1984.
Who went on to be Kilkenny City?
Yeah. And then Continentals beat us in 87.
It's actually a massive competition, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, that's one of my big regrets,
not winning that.
not winning that.
It's only two.
Being
Ah, well, it's
beaten.
not a bad CV in fairness. Pat.
I know, but as I said
You
to
didn't
you
do too
before,
bad now.
I said
Where do you
to you
start my
before,
regrets?
I'm greedy, you know.
Yeah. You can never win enough, Pat.
No, I know.
You never win enough.
Yeah.
I just want to win one pop.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
attitude to have.
And so the structure in relation to training. So the idea is that you know what need to train. There's no need for WhatsApp groups. There's no need to be ringing lads.
Mm-hmm.
None of that crack. We have set training. You land in training. What happens?
Ben Dolan is there waiting for you. Ben used to, but like our training was simple.
Yeah.
There was nothing complicated about it.
Mm.
It was just the fundamentals. You practice your touch, you
Yeah.
practice your passing,
Yeah.
you practice your shooting, practice your heading.
Yeah.
That was it. You done your warm up, you done your straight line drills.
Yeah.
That's all they were. Straight line drills.
Couple of laps.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. And then you finish off at the game.
Yeah.
You know.
An hour.
And there was hair and skin flying in the game. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in the game at the end
But
of it, there'd be hair and skin flying.
that's one of the reasons why you're so good, Pat, because it's hair and skin flying in the game.
I know.
Like, you don't want to be having a training match where you're just...
Yeah, well,
Forget about it.
that's why I miss out the game.
Yeah,
I'd
make it...
It's all gone over.
Yeah, I love making it competitive on purpose.
Yeah.
And that's by even just clatter the lad and upsetting him.
Yeah.
In training.
Yeah.
I'll do it tonight. No, we're training at 8 o'clock.
but
I'll flatten them tonight.
Yeah, but the thing about it is,
Just
like,
be a crack.
you know, that was the thing, like, you know. And I remember, Laura Mercer, the first time I ever played Mark Christie Sullivan, he was playing with St. Killian's.
Yeah.
I think they were in the Leinster Junior League at the time, and we drew him in the Leinster Junior League,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. And I knew Christie, but I didn't know him. And the
Yeah.
first ball come in, I went to clear it and he left the foot in. Straight me, right? Next ball in, I done him. And I turned around and I says to him, Christy, we can kick one another for 9 hours, we can start playing football, which do you want? Best of friends after that.
Yeah.
Best of friends.
I played a bit with Christy,
Yeah.
and I always, Lord of mercy on him, great player.
Great player, yeah.
He loved to leave a mark on you,
He
but
did.
didn't like a mark on him.
Exactly.
And he was always like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But what a finisher.
Oh, he was...
He was dynamite.
Look,
He was dynamite in front of goal.
if someone asked me who's the best player I ever marked,
Christy Sullivan.
has to be.
Really?
Has to be. I did everywhere.
Paddy was a centre half, was he? Pat.
Paddy was a centre half.
Paddy was
yeah.
a centre half.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
a brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Great player too,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
But Christy had it everywhere. He was strong.
Oh, yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
he was a great finisher.
Large
Great
bottle of
finisher.
harp.
Yeah.
That's what I used to drink, wasn't it, Pat?
Was it? Yeah.
Large bottle.
Yeah.
I know all the drinks. What's the story there, Pat?
I think you may go to a place called AA, brother. So I just want to go back to focus on the training, right? Because obviously the coach mindset.
Yeah.
So you boys have mentioned the simplicity of things, right?
Yeah.
And to create chaos and tempo.
Yeah.
I actually think my best sessions that I put on are chaos and tempo.
Oh, 100%.
So it could be a simple 20 by 20 window, right? A 4v4 in the middle plus 4 on the outside.
Mm.
You have 2 touch. You can't press the outside. And if you can create tempo and chaos early in the session, it's brilliant.
Yeah, but the thing about coaching, now I was involved for years up in Greg. I was coaching officer up there in the GAA
right.
for years. And the thing I always said to the coaches, you have to make your coaching game specific.
100%.
Has to be, because I see young lads standing at bollards, right, and they're receiving the ball under no pressure. They're passing the ball under no
Yeah,
pressure.
I know.
They're kicking scores under no. It doesn't happen in the match.
No.
So you have to
It's
try
the
and
total opposite.
you have to replicate what
Yeah,
happens in a game.
yeah.
You know, because you're being unfair to a player if you're not doing it.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's a
But
big
you're giving them a pat on the back for standing there, no one marking them.
Exactly.
Take a touch and just pass it
Yeah,
back.
but there's no
Nothing in it.
But Pat, I
There's no
don't
movement.
like that's. I agree with you 100%, right? But I look at a lot of juvenile coaching, especially in soccer, and like anyone can be a coach now. YouTube drills, you get it, right? But they actually miss out on, as you said, the specificness of it. So my mindset coaching kids is to have to get 1,000 touches, no matter what
Yeah,
you're doing.
exactly.
They need 1,000 touches a session, right?
Yep.
And the one big rule I would always say, and I've said this before, no cues.
That's
I
it.
hate going
it.
down
I
to a
hate
training
going looking
session,
at a session.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
seeing.
it's bad.
I don't mind
Kids
adults
standing, well, no,
because you have recovery and all that crack,
Yeah.
but kids
standing still.
standing
No.
still.
Yeah.
When,
It's not right. It's not right.
But coaching has changed of all proportions in the last 10, 15 years. It has to be. No, I wasn't involved as much in the soccer as I was with the GAA, but even in the GAA, the coaching and the thinking behind the coaching, you know, it's not about just getting them out there and doing straight line drills anymore. It's all about fundamental movement,
Yeah.
FMS, fundamental movement skills.
Yeah,
And all part of that is your agility, balance and coordination.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You know, and to me, I never used cones when I was coaching. It was all free play. So they're moving the whole thing.
But do you know why? Do you know?
understand that? If no corner, you can't stand still, can you?
Yeah, you can't stand still. And they're moving around one another, and there's small bit of pressure put on them. You challenge them, but you don't over challenge.
But on the fundamental move, do you know why that's the thing now in coaching, Pat?
Because they have to. Because children have to have it.
It's because they don't.
Yeah.
I remember a coaching course years ago, Lar Mahoney, if he's listening, I wouldn't think so. He's a dub, fantastic coach, was my tutor. But anyway, right? Kids don't play hopscotch anymore.
No.
Kids don't climb walls anymore.
Mm.
They don't chase things.
No.
They don't fall off bikes.
No skipping. Yep.
Don't skip.
No hopscotch.
So when a kid now of let's say 10 years of age comes down to any soccer club or GA club, rugby club, you're actually teaching them motor skills
of course you are.
before you even involve the aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Like that's where it's developed from a juvenile standpoint. But from a junior standpoint, having you here, knowing that you were a manager, player, and then you were obviously involved at Pats a few years ago with Euros.
Yeah.
What difference did you see then?
I was like a rabbit in the headlights, to be honest. It was an eye-opener for me when I went in with Euros,
Right.
because I hadn't been involved for a long time
Yeah.
in soccer. And to see how much has changed, you know, Euros came from the college down below.
Yeah.
He was one of these early
Nice chap, wasn't he?
lovely
Yeah,
chap.
very sorry, Jim. Good player as well.
Kerry man.
I met. Well, I knew him from the college from doing.
Yeah. He was a
Nice
great
fella,
chap,
yeah.
lovely chap. But the complex drills that he was doing, I was just bamboozled. And then I was bamboozled with these systems because, I mean, the only system we ever had with Pats was 4-4-2 or 4-3-3.
The only board you've seen is the line next on the pool table.
Yeah, and you kicked
Put your name on that.
You kicked off the ball, and the fellow standing beside you 30 seconds after the ball was kicked. That's your man.
Yeah.
You take him for the game.
Yeah.
You roll up your sleeves and you win your battle.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally different, isn't it?
Oh, totally. And defending, passing men off and defending narrow and high presses, low presses. God on me.
So, yeah,
I know.
no, I'd say that.
And that was.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
I'd say
similar.
that.
And what do you like? What do you think of it? Like, what do you think of the development of systems and style and shape at the level of junior soccer?
I think there's a lot of coaches, they're overcomplicating a simple game. A lot of them overcomplicate a simple game. Now, I know.
I agree with you.
It's probably the way the game has gone. Like, the way the game is played has changed. The game itself hasn't changed.
I think the development of the game has definitely changed.
Yeah.
I don't mean as in a player standpoint, as in the game itself, right? So that's completely changed. And if you look at professional levels like VAR and all that crack, but even at junior level, I think it has definitely developed, changed because, as I said, everyone can be a coach now.
Yeah.
Everyone can look up, as you mentioned, low block, high press.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like 4-4-2. I talked to someone last week started talking about playing diamond in midfield at junior football.
Yeah.
Is there diamond in midfield?
Yeah.
But where's all the influence coming from? It's coming from the Premiership. Looking at the Premiership,
It is, yeah.
you have
But
professional.
it's too easy to get it online as well,
Yeah,
Lopper.
professional full-time players are working on that day in, day out, and then you have, as Porrick Harney call them, the weekend warriors, the soccer players, the weekend soccer players, and you're trying to coach them the same thing. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
You're trying to fit a square peg into a round. I think.
Every system years ago, though, Pat, was 4-4-2, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
There was nothing else.
Well,
If you had a lad sent off,
if
it was like take a chance from
only
the middle of the
take me-
field to back up the forward, but it was 4-4-1.
take off the striker.
That
and
was
drop
it.
the
If a
lad back.
midfielder got sent off, Christy Sullivan dropped back into the middle of the field and let Davy Dooley top on his own. And that's it. And occupy the four lads.
our formation was dictating who we had and who
Yeah.
we hadn't got.
That's
If
what it
we
was.
had our full players, we play a 4-4-2. If we hadn't, we play 4-3-3. Like.
Yeah.
But that's a
And
great
that was
point,
it.
though. That is a great point. Like, and this is one thing I think coaches miss to go back, especially at junior level. Observation. You talked about last week, right? You went out to create a yard and they played their wingers inside, and it took you till half time to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I may get my fullbacks to follow them in.
Yeah.
So I think shape is irrelevant in football.
Yeah.
I think it's system and style is the big thing, right?
Yeah.
But to overcome that as a coach or manager, whatever you want to call yourself, is your observation skills. If you can't see it, like you can look at all the drills and that in the world, right? But
Means nothing.
if you can't see it live,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It means nothing.
Well, usually the team on top, if you're playing a team and they're on top, they'll dictate your playing pattern,
100%.
your system.
100%.
Because you have to adapt to their system, or you have to try and match it, or better it to
Yeah.
get the result. Like
It's actually probably borderline arrogance from lads who were coaching things like that. At the end of the day, it's junior football, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you just said, none of us are professional.
Yeah.
None of us do it 5 days. As much as you want to be professional, recording games and all that crack and bringing lads for breakfast, more of a cup final as I mentioned last week.
No more scrambled eggs.
No
boys.
more scrambled eggs, no.
No, but it's like years ago, like you say, who's the greatest player you played with? You could ask Pat the same thing.
Yeah.
Years ago, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Like there's Pat straight away, 30 seconds into the game. Boom, that's my man, he's been marked.
Yeah.
Now the system is totally different, where every team has a proper baller who doesn't like to tackle.
yeah,
Yeah.
But you have to get him free on the ball. So you play two dogs in the middle of the field, keep him in the 6 and dictate the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you put him in the team system that Pat played in, where it's like two lads in the middle of the field, absolute animals, against two lads who's hardy opposite him, can he do that shift? Most of them can't.
No.
yeah,
But you're up for a battle.
but back in our day, we marked a man.
Yeah,
Today you mark space.
yeah.
That's the difference. You roll up your sleeves and you battle your man. If you're ever your man going, Joe, follow him. I'm centre half. I'd follow the centre forward out to the semicircle. Leave him there. If he goes out, comes back in,
Yeah.
I take him.
He's not passing at a certain point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're marking
that-
a man, you're not
Yeah.
marking space.
Now it's two centre halves. What is it? You go contest that and I sweep off
That's
you.
it. Yeah.
But that
And if
teaches...
you could have a lad playing 3-4-5 playing opposite a centre half like Pat could read the game.
yeah. But
Unbelievable.
that's responsibility,
You know
though,
what I mean?
Pat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that goes back to the winning party as well.
Yeah.
And I remember even when I started with Pats and the Wrinkle Kenny with PJ O'Neill, you know PJ as well as I do,
Yeah, yeah.
it was 4-4-2. And every argument at half time after a game is, your man scored here.
That's it.
Why didn't you pick up your man? There was nothing got to do with let him have it, drop off, high press, slow block. You're marking him when they have the ball and that's it.
It's as simple as that. You went out, you rolled up your sleeves, you marked your man, and if you won 7-year battles, you win the game.
It goes back to what you said, Pat, as well. You're not. It's not his fault he scored. You're raging with yourself that he scored off you.
Exactly.
You're shaking his hand and say, "Well done in the game."
Yeah.
Whether you mean it or not, you don't know. But you're still shaking his hand as
I
a
do.
sportsman.
I look at-
right,
I-
as a sportsman.
Yeah.
But you're not walking off, sulking off the field, saying,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget about him.
I would just say, look at it.
Yeah, no,
Going through
I-
the game, I'd be contrary during the game.
So, yeah.
You know,
But there's nothing wrong with that,
But
Pat.
once the game is over,
Yeah.
shake the hand.
Yeah.
I've got more respect for the fellow Mark, and the lads around me. No, I've been lucky. Like all the things that Podge, like all them things you read out, they're all down to the players I played with.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you're at nothing without them. No,
But it's great to be a part of it, though.
it's great to be a part of it,
Yeah.
and it's good to be recognised for things. But I'm not a great lover of individual rewards because you're nothing without the players around you. Simple as that.
Well, it's not an individual sport, is it?
No.
It's a team sport.
It's a team sport.
But you had a massive attribute in that team to help them to win.
Yeah.
And you've won them together.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
your medal is not worth any more than the lad who was
Than the
number 12 or
lads
13.
who's- yeah.
He's the same medal as you, but it's just, it means a little bit more to you, but you played a bit more maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Well,
it's not, you win nothing without them.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You win nothing
I
without
think
them.
the recognition is nice though to get.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, no, I'm not
You know.
saying that. I'm not. But
Like you can bring back your award, Pat, if you want. I'm sure Caroline
I
can
know,
take it back off you. Like.
but when he said to me, first thing he said, I'm saying this on behalf of the lads I play with. You know,
Yeah.
because
I remember
I mean, no man is an
this
island.
is the truth. Remember the year we won the league patch, right? We played St. Pat's down at St. Pat's. And we were struggling for players that day in regards to the bench. So the B team had no game. So I brought Johnny Waters. I can't remember what I think of 3 subs. And I brought on Johnny Waters, who was playing with the B team. He was captain of the B team at the time.
Yeah.
He scored a winner with 2 minutes to go to beat Pat's 1-0 down there. It was you and Noras that year,
Yeah.
right? Last kick of the game. B team player coming up. Then we went to Parkville 2 weeks later. Niall Quinlan, who played 1 game with us, Willie's son.
Yeah.
He scored a winner with 10 minutes to go.
Really, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Johnny's now the club captain, but it just shows you need the squad.
course you do.
It's not.
Oh, you
of course
definitely
do,
do,
you know.
absolutely. But even to go back, I know I keep going back to coaching because essentially that's what I am, a coach, right? Even for sessions, Papa, like the beauty about training sessions is if you have 20 lads, the reality is at this level, your session's based off, let's say, the technically worst lad, right? Technically worst player. But after 3 or 4 weeks, that might change because that player progresses.
Yeah.
So if you only had 11 every time I train, no one's going to progress. But because you have big numbers, like down at Pat's there, we got a 40 lads training.
Mental days.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts between 2 teams. It's nuts. But you can see lads progressing and developing every week because the session could be based specifically on them.
Yeah.
And you can just see the improvement. And that's where I get joy, right? I'm going to say that because I've never won a trophy, so I'm going to say that's where I get my
Well, that's the news for
Still
it.
hope, lads,
I'd be
still
law
hope.
school, you know.
Yeah.
So all these things you won, finished up, what year? 95?
No, I was player and manager.
You finished with Pats, Pat. You finished playing. Your playing career was with Pats, was it?
Well, Pat's in Walkerstown.
Right.
But the last league we won with Walkerstown, what was it, 95? I remember it was a real hot sunny day, right? And we were down getting a photo shoot with the Cups down in the college. And Eddie Shaw was secretary of the club at the time. Took the photograph and he said, right lads, that's it, we're finished.
Club's finished.
Club is finished, just like that.
Who's
I
it?
don't- Eddie
Is that what
Shaw.
happened?
Yeah, I don't know where it came over, what happened. But that was that. And it just happened the
No
year
reason.
after. No reason. Well, maybe there was a reason, but I didn't hear about
You
it.
didn't hear about
But
it.
it was a bombshell. But anyway, Pats came back into the league the year after. I was going to retire then. I was going to finish. Like the reason when I went to Walkerstown first was just to play a couple of years with the lads I started with,
Yeah.
which were
What age were you all then, Pat?
Right.
You're around the same age, all you. Yourself and
the boys would have been younger than me. I was 35 when I got the Sports Star Award. I finished when I was 38. I finished playing. Now I was going to retire after Walkerstown were broken up, but when Pats came back into the league, the no manager. So I was player manager that year.
Okay.
Yeah, we won the Premier Cup over in Tullow. And I started out, I was going to manage, but then I started playing, so I was player manager, and I managed him the year after that, and then I finished.
How hard was it to manage Damien O'Brien?
If you had earplugs, it wasn't too bad. or skin like a rhino, it wasn't too bad.
yeah.
Sure.
a question for you.
He was a
When
gas
when
man.
you were player manager,
Yeah,
did you start yourself most games?
yeah.
Did you?
She was a winner, Pat.
And I was captain.
Yeah. Took the corners to throw it to penalties.
Yeah, I did. But I found part of the reason why I ended up player manager is because I couldn't stand in the line. I had to be involved.
It's not your forte.
No, I had to be involved in it. I was kicking every ball, heading every ball. And,
it's not easy, no.
No, it's not.
Not when you think of a few playing days still in you, like.
Yeah.
You're like, I'd love to be in the middle of that.
Yeah.
How do you fill the void? Like, obviously, going through them years is a big part. Not so much the void, right? How do you replace the success? Like, where are you picking up success in life after you have so much success in sport? Are you going around celebrating cups of teas and things like that? Like,
Mark, I'd say.
Yeah.
Celebrating his successes.
Lived your sport life through Mark then?
Mark was
what to do. You do through your son, like, Yeah.
And did you coach Mark's team in soccer as a young lad?
No, that was lucky. I was on that team.
No.
You didn't just as parents supporting? Yeah.
That's all. But I'm talking about his GAA things now, like.
Yeah.
That's why I filled the void, like,
Yeah.
But like he was juvenile that time, sure.
Some goalkeeper, Pat.
Oh, he was a great goalkeeper, yeah.
In the soccer?
We won a double on our 13s. So Mark won it first.
Mark, if you're listening, you promised me last time Pat's 35s and you didn't.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive you.
I'll never forgive him for that.
Well,
my guess he's open next year.
Coincidence, up to the time I played with I started playing with the Carl Rangers B team. I was a goalkeeper.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I played in goal with Laois Minors.
I know that. All right, yeah. I know that.
I played in goal. Bar Rovers had a youth team back in. I was an under 16 team back in the day. I played in goal there as well.
Was that your introduction to soccer under 16s?
No, my introduction was there was very little juvenile soccer around the town. The street leagues.
Yes.
I remember going up to the youth centre one day. I was in goal with Pat Walker. He played his team in the final of the street league, and I played in goal. And you think there was 5 Alsatians after that. I was a stride. The goal was full of stones. Those lumps got on me everywhere. I'll never forget as long as I live. I walked home. I lick his arm. I couldn't walk, but
in bits.
Yeah, in bits. But that was the early part of it.
Did you come across Pat Walker much playing?
In his early days, when he was younger.
Yeah.
In the street leagues and all that. But then I went and played a bit with Greenburn.
Yeah.
I played a bit of time with Greenburn.
Yeah. So that's actually a very modest response, isn't it? I fill my void from my kids, like. It's actually a very, very, very modest response.
Yeah, well...
It's honest though, isn't it?
It is very honest,
but I mean, what do you do? Like, as you said, I'm a winner. I love winning.
Yeah.
And I love to see anyone belong to me winning. Simple as that.
But that's what I mean. Like, I can only imagine myself, right? If I was that much of a winner and I finished sport, I'd be celebrating everything. I'd be celebrating getting the key turned in the lock first time.
Yeah.
I'd be celebrating filling the car deed. Like, I just don't know how.
Everything changed when he
just went through the drive-through without crashing.
Yeah.
But everything changed when he joined the golf club and I took up golf.
There he is.
Johnny Scissors hand there slashed me a couple of times.
Yeah.
You get there, Pat.
I tell you, it's a real good insight, and I'm sure there's much better questions. I just can't think of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, I mean...
look, I knew it was time to retire. Like, you asked me
was your body in bits, Pat?
You feel it. Like, I used to go home and...
You probably played a match in stubbornness, but after the match, just the effect after the match.
But I can't understand it. Everyone has jumped into ice baths now. I used to go home and jump into a hot bath.
It's the total opposite now,
yeah? It's the total opposite.
I think the heat thing has come back though, Pat.
Yeah. It's great, even now. When
I see lads going straight after matches jumping into the river.
When I play a game of golf now, and you'd be sore after a game of golf, like, well, I would, because I'm not very flexible or anything like that, but I go into the shower and I turn up as hot as I can for 10 minutes, standing there. Takes away all the soreness.
More like Freddy Krueger, I'd say.
Huh?
More like Freddy Krueger, scars everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I genuinely am...
It's a great career,
I'm taken back. Like, because it genuinely is fair career, isn't it? I thought yours was impressive last week. Yours is crap, Papa, compared to this,
it's not
He's still only a young lad.
The playing days were finished, Pat.
Yeah. Would you have any graw to go back at any level?
No, not manager. No.
Would you go back in... I know you're with Greg GA, done a lot of work through coaching, and as you said, the development officer, whatever role you're filling. Would you do it in soccer?
I'd be lost.
Really?
I would be lost. That's the truth.
You wouldn't have any...
I mean, it's after changing, as I said to you, so much.
Yeah.
Soccer,
and still the same game.
The fundamentals are the same.
Yeah.
But it's the systems and I'd probably go back and do juvenile if I was doing that.
Yeah.
Non-competitive or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to bring children through, do the FMS
Yeah.
and the ABCs.
Yeah.
Because I get great joy. I say up in Gregor, in the football, I got great sport out of young children. Just to see them coming on. And I used to laugh at them. To be grand, hop a ball, catch a ball, but mention solo. You see them shrinking.
Yeah, yeah.
And I used to get them, and I used to get a beanbag and put it on their foot and get them to flick it up and catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to see the expression on their face the first time they catch the beanbag.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what it is.
And do you get Mark's girl is with Wexford, is she?
Yeah, Wexford
Yeah.
And
Jones.
do you get down to them games?
Well, anytime I'm not working, I go down to them.
Right, and do you find the systems different in that? Is that what age is that under?
17.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's flying, isn't she?
She's fine, but she like myself. I think she's very competitive.
Well, sure, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Blondie, Peter Brannigan's daughter's there
Yeah,
as well.
me
I
is
was
down
only
there
talking
this
to
year,
him.
yeah.
I was watching him train there
her
last
first
night.
year, and it's Caitlin's second year.
I watched him before we trained last night. They had 2 small-sided games going.
In Pats, that were the train.
The ball was flying around.
Yeah.
Was it?
70s, 90s, pop it.
Yeah, and they're training down in the AT as well. They're lucky most of all their training is down the AT.
But there's a lot of travelling for matches, isn't there, Pat?
Yeah, well,
That's
she
League of
was
Ireland
down in
ball,
Cork
Pop.
last week and to be down in Kerry and they beat Carlow Kilkenny last week.
Yeah.
They were one down for most of the game. They got 3 late goals and beat them 3-1.
Did they?
Yeah.
What position does she play?
Centre midfield.
Oh, she's centre mid.
She's a holder.
Oh, holder.
Screener.
Oh, VJs, you know it's the systems now. It's the 6.
I just read it. I see it on Sky Sport.
No, but do you ever get close enough to the pitch to hear the instruction the coaches are giving her?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
At that level. No.
Do you know
Yeah,
they
not
actually,
really.
they actually, like, coaches don't do that anymore. Like, it's silent sideline job with the lads at this level.
Yeah.
Like, it's the instructions given before the game. You might have a few obvious observations in relation to changing shape or that, but in relation to telling a player what to do, they generally don't anymore at that level. Let them play.
Let them do it themselves.
Yeah.
Minute at half time, have the conversation.
You're not doing your job, or this is what's happening.
whatever
I think
conversation
it looks to me that the games that I've seen is very straightforward. Like, they're not bamboozling them with it.
No.
And are they strong, Pat?
Players
Are they how are they, many teams in the league? There's a good few in it, is there?
Yeah.
Pop, it's booming.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
Women's soccer is
Yeah.
There's
booming,
9
man.
teams in it, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there's 2. I think it's areas. I think there's 2 areas, Pat.
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong now on that. But yeah, women's soccer's taken on. Like I said, I was down there watching them last night for a bit, 17s, 19s, and the ball was flying around. I couldn't believe it now.
I remember one of the nights we were going to train in the college with it was either the Oscars or Hanover, I'm not sure, out in the college, but it was delayed. There was a match on, so there was a training match for Kilkenny. Kilkenny squad was training and Cody was over them at the time.
Okay.
And there wasn't a whistle blown for 20 minutes. The noise of the sliotar and the ball hitting the hurls and clattering each other. And he never blew a whistle once.
Go ahead.
Oh, it was like, I never played hurling, but I was like, my God.
He's another. Who's
My God.
Who's your man down in Kilkenny?
Doesn't speak. Whistle goes once to start the game.
Yeah.
Then you get a drink. Start again. Game over.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nuts.
4 whistles, and they're leathering each other.
And the success.
And I
they
never,
had.
like I said, never played hurling, but my God, I was like, that is wicked.
Wexford,
Right.
CK United, Kerry FC, Watford, Bray Wanderers, Cove Ramblers. That's their division.
Yeah, but I think there must be another area as
Oh,
well.
there is, yeah.
You'd have because obviously you'd have
Yeah.
Shamrock Rovers, you'd have Bows, you'd have Pats. They all have teams in it as well.
Yeah.
But no, it is booming. It's coming on. Yeah.
Great, yeah. Great for girls, isn't it?
She loves it. She loves
Does
it.
she?
She loves
And she
sport.
played the football?
She used to.
Doesn't anymore.
Doesn't anymore. No, she
prefers the soccer.
Play the soccer.
Luke is down there as well. I see.
Luke is down there.
And
Yeah,
he's
he
the
won
cut a mark, isn't he?
penalty competition last week.
He won it,
Oh,
did he?
10 foot tall, yeah.
Did he won? I seen him with
Yeah.
trophy. Did you?
Yeah.
He won it. He's the cut a mark, isn't he?
Oh, he's big, man.
He's the absolute
How old
standard.
is Luke?
11. He'll be 11 in September.
Good lad. Centre
August,
half.
September. Yeah. Loves it. Loves it. If he's not,
The apple didn't fall far from the tree, as a fella said, Paul.
No.
he sleeps with the football. That's the
Does he?
truth.
Yeah.
Or the boys roll kicking.
I think that competitive streak that you said is something that a coach can coach. You either have that or you don't.
you haven't got it.
And
yeah,
it's
can't
you
coach
can
it.
like if you bring that into a dressing room where there's lads coached but wouldn't be as determined as Pat, his attributes will feed off on them and they will be better players for it because of Pat's attributes or someone like Pat's attributes. It's
Absolutely
priceless.
It's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's something you're born with.
I'm telling you.
It's not something that.
Like I said about.
But I think I would agree you're born with, but I think you also harvest it, right?
Yeah.
As a young lad. So you also harvest in the sense that I don't want to be bet if it's playing tiddlywinks here or slam. I've not been bet.
Yeah.
And you harvest it and it grows. Because I get you. When you get a player again at junior level and he comes in, you cannot give him the will to win.
No.
You could be Martin Luther King, the unbelievable public speaker and rile lads up. But if a player doesn't want it.
Well, he wanted everything, and part of the reason, I told you there was a couple of reasons why he went to Walkerstown with Pats. One of them was, there's one thing I hadn't won in Kerala soccer, and I wanted it.
Go on.
And that was the Sports Star Award.
Right.
In 94.
Is that the year you got it?
That's the year I got it, yeah.
Is that...
That's a great achievement.
It drove me...
That was a big box
It's
tick.
probably a bit selfish, but...
You have to be Pat.
I wanted to win everything. I just wanted to win everything.
That Sports Star event, that was a big event, wasn't it?
It was. I'll tell you a good one about
Go
it. They were announcing me, they were calling me up, and a man that was introducing me said he's only the second Kerala player to play with Leinster. Right, I got the award and was going back, and Kearns he was at, and he caught me with an arm and going by. He says, if you're the second, I must be the first.
Why, John?
Are they're still running that, right? That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember the Iraq had a sports award there as well for a while. Was that the same one?
That's the same one.
He's running the Seven Oaks.
Yeah, they look for local businesses to sponsor them.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
That year he was sitting at the same table as Amanda Strand and Ollie, Tom Foley.
Tom Foley, yeah. Thacker know him very well.
Yeah.
He would, Still a bit of work from him, I think. Did he know 3 years?
He out from him, I think he did, yeah.
Like even the mindset to go and challenge, to make a decision to leave. Obviously, he would have been Greg, right? And Pat's was Greg, right? So that would have been a big decision to go to Walkerstown. And it was only for selfish reasons to say to you, I want to get that award. I'm not going to get it here because Wrinkle Kenny.
No, but just part of it. The main reason was the travelling.
Right.
I hate travelling.
Okay.
I hate travelling, especially on a Sunday morning. I hate it. I mean, when I started playing soccer first with Carl Rangers B team, I was in Corkins doing night work.
Yeah.
And then, back in the days, when you have to get married, trying to keep a roof over the head.
Yeah.
I done night porter in Seven Oaks. So I came from Corkins on a Friday morning, finished on Friday morning, got into bed, went to Seven Oaks Friday night, or Friday night, Saturday night, and come out Sunday morning. And got into a car to drive down to Kilkenny to play soccer. Without a wink of sleep.
Yeah.
Did
you socialise much?
We did. We used to have the ball club was our Alcox.
Yeah.
Were on the bridge there.
Yeah.
Like Shoes was Walkerstown as well, was it, Pat? Was that a Walkerstown pub?
You see, that's where the name came from, Walkerstown.
Yeah.
Mike Scholes is Irish.
There's no Walker owned it, did he?
Yeah.
Mike Scholes is Irish for Walker.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I remember when you go out to play somewhere and someone would say, where's Walkerstown? So they used to think it was a place in Carlow. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I was just decided to change the name to Were Sweeney Rangers. And
changed it to Walkerstown?
Changed it to Walkerstown, yeah.
Right.
They're all Walker Mike Scholes.
They do say that a team that gets on well with each other off the pitch is going to be more successful on the pitch.
Yeah.
I have heard a term before.
We Grant nights, we celebrate over in the ball club when we were St. Pat's.
Yeah.
And when we were Walkerstown, it was in Max Scholes.
Yeah.
I remember we won the league one day. The time we won the league and we decided to meet to win the club. And Martin Cullen, great singer, right? We're all sitting around the fire singing a song. And Martin closes his eyes when he sings. So we all went outside. We snuck outside. You're singing away. He opened his eyes and we were all standing outside the window looking in at it.
Great song. But they were the things that was brilliant, wasn't it?
Deadly. She be 7 Eddie days. She used to head her and run others. So Eddie was drunk and I was drunk. And we'd talk across the town. We had her and run her.
Yeah.
It was great. I used to be great.
Did Gummy Murphy playing that team? No.
He
was a great friend of Davy Dooley's, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he did, no.
Or was
I don't remember.
Stretford. Could have been Stretford, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember him, no. Paul and Martin played with Sweeney Rangers, and then I think Martin left. He played 1 year with Walkerstown, then he left and he went to play with Stretford.
Yeah.
But these clubs would have been like in their infancy at this stage, right?
No,
Stretford around the time was kind of newish, I suppose.
Yeah.
So Carleigh was only born in 86, I think. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
86? So, like, all the, like, they would have been in their infancy. So, what I'm getting at is, like, in relation to facilities, right? So now, like, listen, we had a discussion last night. Are we going to play our games Friday night or Saturday night next year? And I just saw my mind click, thinking, imagine having that discussion. And then I was thinking, obviously, having you on here and saying, they had no choice.
No, choice. It was 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
That was it.
Yeah. And you're into the car, meet at the coffee, 9 o'clock, drive down to Kilkenny. Now, you're all right when you're in around Kilkenny, but you Gorse Bridge, Bennett's Bridge, at East End.
Freshford,
Callan.
Freshford's an hour and 20 minutes.
Greg, no matter wasn't too bad.
Clover, Montreal.
Clover, yeah.
And the roads weren't as good then. There's no motorways then.
No, I was sure. That's why I hate travelling. I just hate travelling.
Where was the furthest in Carlow, Pat? Where's the outside club in Carlow? Bagenstown, maybe?
Probably Burn Celtic, maybe.
Burn Celtic, yeah.
Would it?
Did they still play out? Did they played in the Valley as well back then?
They played in the Pure Park was the
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably the same place.
Yeah.
It is Pure Park that
there
time,
now.
It's a wide open place.
There's the grass pitch as big as the Astro now.
Well, I told you last week.
On the grass pitch.
Yeah, and I heard you talking about who just played them,
Alan Kelly.
Alan Kelly. I think he was playing.
Yeah.
I was coming to them when he was playing.
Yeah.
He was a good soccer player.
Very good,
Soccer player,
yeah. He listened to the podcast I was taught last week, and he loved it.
Alan?
Yeah. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah.
Might get John, Al.
He's a great player.
He was a great player, yeah.
Papa, at the start of this, I mentioned there's an elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
Will we discuss it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Will we go for it?
Go for
Pat,
it, yeah.
you are Coffee and Anna in the situation. You're the UN, right?
Right.
So if you weigh in, you want to tell us to stop. So basically, Hanover played Kilree 2 weeks ago.
Hanover played Kilree 2 weeks ago, yeah. And there's a player that was illegal. But it's just a mix-up. It's a genuine mix-up.
Let's not go over the fact now that it was an error, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're not trying to say it wasn't.
No.
Obviously it was, right? So an illegal player was played. Game was won by Hanover. Then this kicks off today on another version of this, right? From a different publisher. But it means nothing because there's nobody been relegated.
There's nobody been relegated and there's one team being promoted.
So what's the ramifications then?
So the ramifications are that chap was named and shamed today where he shouldn't have been.
Right, okay.
Everything about the whole topic for 10 minutes involving this situation, there's a question mark over everything.
Okay.
Question me as a coach.
Right.
Question Hanover as a club. Question people involved with Hanover. That's there for 20 years or more.
Yeah.
Club secretaries, club chairmen, lads who do work, voluntary work for nothing. And just one little mistake. It's a mistake. That's it. It's done, but there's no punishment because no one's getting relegated.
Yeah.
But to say I've coached for a certain length of time, I should know the rules. Maybe I didn't have an incident like this before.
Did you get news elsewhere that he was eligible? Like
the understanding we had is that he was eligible for the Kilree game, but not eligible for the New York game this Sunday.
Is that because the league meeting wasn't until after the Kilree game or something?
That was the mix-up we had.
Well,
so
I get that.
I don't go looking at rules.
Yeah.
It's not my job. I'm there to coach and improve players. But it was. I just thought it was absolutely horrendous. Like, maybe did Hanover have a problem with Collection to throw the game on purpose to get them relegated? I've never heard as much codswallop in my life. If you think I'm that kind of coach, there's a place up in the High Road called Dipness. Go check yourself in. Because I'm not involved in that. I don't do that.
Yeah, and I'll definitely vote for that. I won't vote for a St. Dipness comment, but I vote for everything else, right?
Do what you like.
But yeah, I just kind of want to bring it up, Papa, to clear it out, right? That's cleared now. Now let's focus on this one. And Pat, you come way in here. No relegation.
No relegation, no. And I heard the morning of the game we played Kilree, there's no one going down.
Well, we mentioned it last week.
Yeah, we mentioned it last week. But we heard before the game kicked off that Burn Celtic's coming up, that there's 9 teams in it. They're going to bring it up to an even 10. And there's 11 teams in Division 3 and there's 8 or something, or 9 in Division 2. Whatever, I'm not sure the numbers in that, but they're going to basically balance it out. So there's a big hullabaloo over absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So your game with Kilree was a dead rubber?
Yeah. Kilree we beat Kilree 3-1.
Yeah.
New York beat Collection 2-1. So that means Kilree were relegated. But we played an illegal player. Didn't know him.
Yeah.
But we put in the photo, not hiding anything. It was a genuine mistake from our club. Yeah. So Kilree got the points. Collection obviously lost as well, but Kilree got the points. So officially Collection were relegated. Not officially, but on the bottom of the table. But we heard before the game was kicked, they played off, that there was no team getting relegated, but it wasn't official. But the Carroll League have announced it today that it's official, that Burn Celtic is coming up and there's no relegation for anybody in the Premier League. And I could not tell you the last time a team did not get relegated.
What do you think of that, Pat?
It's hard to understand. It's hard to understand how the facts around it weren't explained before the game.
But just
or how do you like when did it decide?
Well,
that there was no
obviously
relegation?
there's someone at meetings that's speaking out of shop. If clubs are talking before a ball is kicked,
yeah.
and I'm not at these meetings, Podge's not at these meetings. There's no club coach at these meetings, so there's someone in there talking out of shop.
Yeah, well,
That's what it is. But I tell you what, the only thing I can say is, from Hanover's point of view, there's no problem. Like there was mention of, do Hanover have a problem with collision? There's no problem with collision, and I felt insulted by that.
He's wearing a collection jersey, by the way.
But I'll tell you, I'm very happy collision didn't go down in the end.
Yeah,
and I really am.
Yeah, to have facility in the club and things like that, but just to go back on, I want to focus on the relegation point. And I'm not saying the Carroll League are wrong in the decisions they make. I don't know how they come to make decisions. No. I'm not against them, as you said. But what I am against is development of football, right? Or not against the development of football. So I actually think, in relation to preparation, in relation to the quality of games, in relation to the application of clubs and players, if there's no relegation, that changes. And I would go as far as saying you will have a far more competitive league if teams were to go down.
Sure. When did it decide it? Like,
but timing is everything as well, though.
Answer the question. Like, was it made up? Was the rule made up through the year? Like, why can't it just state at the start of the season? Right now, there's 9 teams in the Premier. 1 team will go down, 2 might come up.
Yeah.
Or 2 will come up. Don't say might or whatever it is. State facts.
Yeah.
And make it a punishment to the team that finishes bottom. Now teams are finishing bottom. It's like, we're still in the Premier. And it's not personal against anybody who ever finished, but we were close to finishing last year.
Yeah.
You know, and I was delighted to stay in the Premier. It's so important. We improved this year. But there has to be a punishment.
Even on last year, Papa, did you know? Like,
no, we hadn't a clue. We were just like, we heard nothing the whole year. It was just like, we've 2 games. If we can beat Ballymurphy, we stay in the Premier.
Yeah.
In our own heads. That was our league. It was a league within the league.
Yeah, but I would argue the point that if you were told at Christmas last year that you're not going down, you wouldn't have bothered.
Which I tell you, for most of the games, you wouldn't be able to feel the team. We were struggling that much last year.
100%.
So we're not going down. What's the point in playing?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the attitude.
I can't understand it. If they're changing the structure of any division in the league, surely the clubs have to have some kind of interest or some kind of say in it or some kind of knowledge of what's going on.
Yeah. I remember 4 or 5 years ago, Pat, they used to do a launch night.
Yeah,
right.
Remember that?
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right, and it was a great idea. All managers come in and KCLR was there, and
right.
whoever other report, Harry and all these guys were there. They're interviewing people, but there was a structure in place.
Yeah.
Now it's just turn up and play.
No.
You know, no one had a clue what was going on.
Yeah, you have to have some structure around it.
And it's not like if last year, if Hanover finished bottom, they deserve to get relegated.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And it's just different.
If you're going to change the structures of leagues and the amount of teams in leagues, surely you have to do it over a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And for that certain period of time, every club and every team playing in that division should know the ramifications of what it is and what it isn't.
Yeah. Like I'll give you another example on the other end of the spectrum. There's Vale, who I believe, did we mention last week that they were 10 points clear 2 years ago? Didn't get promoted.
Yeah.
8 points last year.
Yeah.
Got over the line this year, Vale B. Got over the line this year. And now I believe there's at least 2 coming up out of the second division into the first division.
Yeah, I've heard that. But
so
I think
at
that's
Christmas Day we're probably coming up anyway. I didn't know about.
Yeah, I think that's to allow for
none coming down and one going up out of Division 1.
Yeah, but I think some clubs are going to put in B teams next year. Didn't have one this year.
I hope so.
So I was told. But look, I'm all for the progression of things, and I just think that if you get to a level where you stop progressing, things won't get better.
No.
And the likes of Newark, and again, it's not a slight on them, will win trophies constantly if no one else is progressing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I genuinely think that, and it's a great point you made, Papa. At the start of the year, draw the line in the sand. Lads, here's what's happening.
Unless there's a situation where one team pulls out in the fall for whatever reason, then it's different. But if the 9 teams that start the year in September finish the year in April, there has to be a repercussion for finishing.
We'd be in a worse position if we were in a county and we're blessed for the size of the district, Carlow District League, that we have 3 divisions, right? And you could be in a worse mess where you only have 6 teams.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it's like we're in a good position where we can do relegation and promotion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you?
Like, it's not. It's not like it's just make it clear. Make sure everybody knows what's going on before. Don't. It feels like it's guesswork now at the end of the season.
Yeah, but
and that's I don't think that's good enough.
I've been on.
Like they're the powers that be. Fix it.
I've been on committees, Papa. Carlow Juvenile League, on the St. Pat's committee before. I was an academy director. I even done a stint as chairman for the Carlow Juveniles, right? And the one thing you can't do in any position in committee is not so much rule, but apply yourself with arrogance and think that you know more than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm not accusing Carlow League of being arrogant, but I just get a sense that it's arrogance. That I know, there's no relegation this year, boys. We're going to release this. Yeah, well, sure. Listen, Papa Dolan should know that James McGrath was suspended. Do you know, a little sprinkle of it for me, and I just don't like it.
Surely the Carlow League have to have a constitution. They have to work by a constitution and rules and regulations. And I know if you're changing anything in the GA or anything like that, I know it's a GA, it's full of rules and everything like that. But the clubs are informed. The clubs have a say in it. The clubs vote on it.
Yeah.
You know exactly at the start of the year what you're playing for and what you're not playing for.
Yeah.
And that was the mix up on our behalf, Pat, because we the rule, Carlow League have a rule up and it clearly states that 2 yellow cards turns into a red card and it's a suspension, but we got a mix up.
Yeah.
It's just like it's the first mix up in Hanover and 94 to start.
Yeah.
It's the first
the message relayed to Hip Hop that he's alright for next game. He's out the next.
We thought it was like that, and it was just a genuine mix up. That's
all.
Well,
I wasn't referring to that. I was referring to the fact that they're changing the leagues, changing the number of teams in it. Like that should be all stipulated and laid out at the start of the year, and everyone in that division should know this is what's going to happen.
Like there's no one saying it easy, but it can be a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's not again.
There's no one saying that. Like,
listen, there's none of us
shoot the messenger, like,
but there's none of us here going to run up to the AGM and put our names forward to be a secretary or treasurer or chair. So I have respect for them lads there. Absolutely. And listen, Noel Jordan is president or chairman Leinster this year or whatever it is.
President, I think he's top man, is he?
Fantastic. I think it's brilliant. I think it's excellent.
Yeah.
But in saying that, you can't do it with arrogance, and you have to listen to insight, and you have to listen to, you know, same way we're doing this podcast, Papa. Someone come up and told us, lads, that was absolute dirt. You have to look at yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know, they're not little.
Everybody said that. It's not a brilliant podcast, but
we'll get. Listen, we'll get.
Comment on Facebook there said swear jar, lads.
Yeah. I haven't cursed once tonight, have we?
That's what you say to punish me by asking me to come on there.
Yeah. Then I said Pat's interest will drop my line.
He
didn't take much convincing, to be honest. But anyway, he's here. But look, the 3 of us here aren't going to solve Carlow League problems. There's no doubt about that. But we can have an input into it, and we can have a voice, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. We'll park that, because we're definitely going to come back to the Carlow League another time, absolutely. We'll move on to the fixtures, Papa.
Yeah.
No work 1-0 up. Ramos scored, 55th minute.
Okay.
This will be a good game now, and it's on tonight as well, with all the score. Bill Celtic and Dolman in the semi-final of the first division. That'll be a cracker.
Yeah. As I said to you last week about Dolman, there's goals in them.
There is.
But there's unfortunately goals the other way. They like going forward but not defending. Is it in Mill or in Dolman?
It's in Mill.
Yeah, it's a tough place to
Balator,
go.
Pat, you ever playing it?
Balator, yeah.
Middle of houses there.
We played it.
Big pitch.
Yeah, when the Mackies were playing with them.
The Mackies, yeah.
There's still Mackies playing for them, Pat.
Yeah. Actually, Martin managed them for a couple of years.
Did he?
Martin Timmons, yeah. He managed Balator for
Martin did, that's right.
4 or 5 years.
He was at Moon as well, was he?
That same thing.
No, Moon Celtic is different.
I don't think it was Moon, it was Balator he was with.
Yeah, okay.
No, it wasn't Moon.
Moon is on the side of the road.
I bet you know if you ask him now, was it Moon or Balator, he'll say Moon.
In behind the garage.
I bet
you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was Moon.
Sure it was Balator.
I wouldn't fight you.
No,
I've often argued with your son.
We'll find out the truth later.
One particle there.
But there's some Mackies, some of them Mackies just actually had one of them in the Carlow Youths years ago. They're right footballers. Them talk about winners.
Yeah.
Forget about it. White's Pharmacy division on tonight as well. Dead rubber, because as we said, Vale won that league. Ballinglass versus Parkville United B. Friday the 19th we have Collection against Bagnallstown in the Premier Cup. Jerry has Collection kind of going a bit okay.
Yeah, I was up looking at them a few times. They're decent. Like they're not conceding as many goals as they were.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit defensive in regards of there's a massive gap between Steed and the rest of them, so they don't take a chance in getting close to them. Now that was against St. Pat's. and he's seen them against New York, I think, as well. It's just getting better.
Do you think they need a reset though, Pop Collection? Like I know Mihal was there over them. He had a lot of college lads with him.
Yeah.
And then obviously they kind of filtered out over the years as college lads do to go back home, to move abroad, whatever it may is, and then they're kind of left with the,
I've played against their B team, and there's a couple of lads in that who go in and do a decent job for that first team.
Do you think they'll transition in?
I don't know whether they'll win or not, because they played a few games at the start but didn't want to play. You know, when you play 4 games, you have to stay with the first. So I think some of them lads they're good players, but they're happier being good players in the bad division than an average player in a good division.
I don't like that.
I never like that. Hiding.
Biggest game of the weekend, in my opinion, is St Patrick's Boys versus St Felix in the Youth Cup final.
Yeah, I'll go look at that. Be a good game.
Yeah, I'll try and get down to it myself. We're in blue, will you?
St Pat's. Oh,
you.
No, neutral. Green and black at the back of the goal. All black. Johnny Cash.
Seemingly, you heard today, also on the other podcast, that Felix asked for the game to be put in Pat's. I think it's a great occasion for the parish and get lads down. And
well, rightly so.
Yeah,
two teams from
Grey. It's a good idea. Yeah,
they did that a few years ago in the 35s final. Remember?
No, go on. They did. Yeah, we played them.
We played St.
How could I forget that?
Yeah, you're over, bro.
Yeah.
Where was the alternative? Where was it going to be played?
I suppose you could have Collection or Ballin, or it would have been Ashturf anyway, Pat. I'd say.
Most finals run Ashturf anyway, ain't they? Like, they don't really go to Tullow anymore, do they? In regards of Parkville, all the finals used to be Parkville.
Yeah.
We used to play in the community centre over there at school.
Yeah.
Great pitch too, wasn't it, Pat?
The Shield final on a St Patrick's Day. Yeah. And I remember one day. We went over in the bus. We were playing Ballythorn in the Shield final, and the man got lost. We went up the wrong road anyhow, but we came back into Tullow.
Get lost where in Tullow?
Well, he
where
got
was
lost.
He from, eh?
He got lost. He got lost going out into the pitch.
Yeah.
But
got lost in the shower.
We could see Ballythorn while we were out in the field anyway. But we came back and we got to the Main Street in Tullow. Where did we end up? In the middle of St Patrick's Day parade.
That's Pat Timmons, Johnstar.
That's kind of sports star of the year.
Never forget.
You met it anyway. Did you win it?
What?
Did you win
it?
We
won that,
yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's a yarn, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Won a cup final in the Patrick's Day parade at the same time.
Yeah, ended up in the middle of the parade.
Pop a year out against Newark in the Carl Douglas Jewellers Cup.
Yeah.
How are you going?
Not so bad, yeah.
This is where you say, we're playing 3 at the back.
This is where you say not.
We've loads of lads injured.
It's film on tonight, lads. No, look, so we know when you walk bring. It's if you get a result, happy Christmas, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really, I know, look, but you know, the only thing I can say that we're obviously missing James. I actually don't know how many they're missing, because after having a clatter of red cards in the last few games.
No car?
Yeah, they've like two against Bagnallstown. I know the one at the weekend doesn't matter. That's in that competition, but I don't know who they're missing. I don't know whoever they have comes in will be decent replacements as well.
As I said at the start, Pop, I think they have the body. No, I wouldn't say you're replacing them with the same lads that are leaving in relation to maybe experience or quality standard, but look, they'll have a good 11. Yeah,
and you know, you get to this time of the year, it's like you want to be. They're playing midweek Sunday. They're probably not even training. They don't need to train when they're playing like that.
No.
Maybe a little get together just to have a little kick around to relax the body, or whatever it's just shooting drill or passing drill or 5-a-side or something like that. Yeah. Just to get together, but to play Wednesday, Sunday is absolutely priceless. Again, we haven't played in 2 weeks since the Kilree game in Killeshin.
How do you what's your approach then in training in relation to that, because you've missed out in 2 weeks?
Well, we just kept training twice a week.
But the training is in relation to preparing for a game.
Well, it was a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
But
you have to create that, don't you?
You have to create that, yeah. And look, they know, the boys know they have to put in a shift on Sunday.
Yeah.
And New York are strong, but they're not perfect.
There's no one perfect.
No, exactly. So everybody has weaknesses. And it's just to find the weaknesses. Now, they don't have as many as any other team in Carlow, but they have them. Yeah. So it's up to us as coaches to find them. And there's a couple of little hot spots that I'll go after.
Love it. Yeah. Brilliant.
They will, yeah. And I will. And I'll do it on purpose.
You're like a young Clubber Lang.
No, but I will. I'll do it on purpose. And if they don't like me for it, that's it.
Are we going to wind up now?
Yeah.
I'll be at the back of the goal and suspended.
Yeah. I'm actually not going on Sunday, to be honest.
They'll be sitting in the burn canoe.
Be on the phone. Be in a stand like Xavi last night on the headpiece.
The burn sitting in a canoe running out at him.
Parkville and Vale in the Premier Cup. That'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game.
Going a bit of a slow patch, are they? Parkville.
That's what I'm saying to you. I think they were better in the start. We played them over there, and the 4 or 5 lads that were Jack O'Neill was excellent.
Jack O'Neill's a good player.
Good players. And then Michael De Bosch is playing. He didn't play against us in the Platts. He didn't play the game against Critty Yard in the cup game at the weekend.
I think he's hurt, Papa.
He could be hurt, yeah, and he's a big asset for them. He's an outlet, like, you know.
He's a chap that score goals and he'll definitely create goals as well.
And I think they seem to be missing a few players and it's hurting them at the moment.
Yeah.
You know.
Critty Yard against Pats in the cup, I think that'll be a cracker. Speaking from St. Pat's perspective, we all Critty Yard won.
That's Sunday as well.
They're the only team we haven't bet in the last 2 years.
Is it?
Yeah, Critty Yard.
Wow.
This will be, the 6th game against them?
Right.
We haven't bet them once.
Okay.
So yeah.
I didn't realise that.
I'm glad you can't see me tears, but yeah.
Look, that'd be right. Is that? Where's that in Critty Yard?
In Critty Yard, yeah. I'd say it'll be on the old pitch as well, but all that around the fella, I'd say the back one will be too soft with it.
Look, Pat's don't get to play the soccer they do in Astro. It's a little bit different, but they've still loads of football in them. But
yeah, a Chris Cole back there,
just knocking out 1-0 wins there.
Can I ask you a question there? When you're training, do you train on the Astro, or do you train on the
Astro, Pa? No.
And how many clubs have Astro that you be playing? How many games would you play on Astro during the year?
2 clubs of Astro, Vale and Collection. Next year 3.
The rest is grass.
Yeah.
And you don't train on grass.
Now that there's a stretch and evens are going out to the pitch.
Yeah.
10 games over 16. Is it 16 games? 9 teams? So they're playing 10 games in Astro. 8 home games and the 2 away games.
Yeah.
So there's 6 on
but
grass.
No,
but that's the question. Do you train on grass if you're playing Hanover in the Plots or Parkville in Tullow?
That's why I was training.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a fan of it, Pa. I think one or the other. Train on it and play on grass.
Do you think it makes a big difference? Or not a big difference, but any difference.
From what
like
perspective?
the way the ball travels.
Fair soul in your legs,
100%.
Yeah.
I think Papa's understand. I think it's the recovery and injury side of it is where the issues come in. Like we've had a list of injuries this year.
But even the way the ball travels on the grass compared to the Astro League.
It's completely different.
And your touch on it and
the only I look at the AstroTurf, I look at teams playing on it. Even going back years when we used to go to academies and play on Astro.
Yeah.
I think it actually suits defenders. Not so much from maybe say obviously in the air or like that because the ground doesn't matter, but playing out.
Yeah,
I think it suits defenders playing out because they can step in and know there's no bobble in front of them. So that means they can step in with their head up and they can see what's around. Because the ball's on a flat surface. They can fizz balls in along the ground and it's not going to hit anything.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I think it's brilliant.
But there's nothing as bad as a goalkeeper rolling it out. It's like rolling along a crocodile's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out your feet,
exactly.
Jumping up and down.
Crocodile's back. But I would be an advocate for grass pitches. Pats have redone the grass pitch down there. Looks $1 million.
I hope they open it again.
Yeah, I think they're looking to. I'm not involved in the committee at that side of it. I think they're looking to put a lot of work into it now, to be honest with you. And I was only talking to them last night. I think going forward, especially next season, if we can get train on it and play our games in Astro, I think it'll be better. 50, yeah.
50 next year,
50 next year,
75.
Maybe he couldn't be back down, will he?
We'll have to do a... No, me and you were going to be cutting ribbons there. Should be celebrities by then, Papa. I don't know why you've been cutting ribbons at an anniversary anyway, idiot. Where am I? Fixtures. So, yeah, Critty Yard, Pats. Ballymurphy, Burn Celtic in that's a semi-final, I think.
Yeah.
Ballymurphy are after turning the corner. I said it last week. They're after getting a couple of good results.
Right.
And that's in Ballymurphy. I think they'll give them a game.
It's hard to go down there when they're up for a game.
Tough place to go.
When they're up for a game, yeah. It's really...
Tough place to go. And then the rest of them are just divisional games. White's Pharmacy Division. Bonglass and Mulfield, Dead Rubber because the league is over. And then you have that divisional cup, Castle Rangers versus Nerney Villa and Burn Celtic B versus Dolman Celtic B.
And if New York win tonight, it's New York and Pats next Wednesday night. Final league game.
Yeah.
Winner takes all, basically, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. New York win the league. If they draw or lose, they're pretty hard.
Oh, no one have to get
6 points.
Yeah.
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 That's in New York, is it?
Yeah.
Next week, yeah.
I just think, I suppose, the attitude from a St. Pat's perspective in these games is that we're out of the league. Not that we're going to lay down for anyone. I just think we should just go play.
Just go and enjoy the game. Sure,
it's
a game that you have to prepare for the cup games that you're still in.
We're in a cup semi-final, like.
You know, so it is what it is.
And that's not even taking away from Vale. Vale are a good side. You mentioned Sean Smithers in that last week. They've some cracking players, like. But yeah, I think to get to a cup final would be great.
Cup games coming up, isn't there?
I love this time of year.
Yeah.
I do hear people give out about and you not you were giving out about, but the Wednesday, Sunday. I think this time of year is fantastic for soccer.
You don't have to train, just turn up Wednesday, Sunday
business
and recover
end.
yourself.
Business end.
Some people into the hot shower, other people's into the ice bath.
yeah.
Right,
Oh,
Pat?
hot bed. Hot bath.
Waterbed.
Sorry, I meant the hot bed.
I just think that this time of year, I think it's there's something different about it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the business end and everything matters.
Well, sure, that's it. You know, you find out who's a champion and who's not, basically, in regards of I've 8 lads there who are at the bit and 3 lads hiding big games, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
which is great to learn.
Absolutely.
You know, but you can try and prove them few lads that are a little bit weaker maybe than others, but stick around.
I think you lean on lads more as well this time of year.
You do, yeah.
You know, and I think a kind of fatigue comes into because lads come straight from work to play a game. You know, as you mentioned about blackjack last week, run over in a banana. Like at this time of year,
come from Letterkenny.
Do you know?
Sorry, with an oil in his face.
Yeah, you do. But you'll get lads this time of year. You get lads doing that.
Like a koala bear coming across the field.
Look, lads, we've gone. That was fantastic. We've gone an hour and 20, I think. The producer Chris will tell me different. I think it's an hour and 20.
Yeah.
Just want to say thanks to everyone for listening, Papa. I don't know what you think, but the comments, the feedback I've been getting has been excellent.
Yeah, we got excellent feedback, and people have texted me to say that. Many people have texted me to say it's about time someone has done this. And 2 lads that have been around the block in regards to coaching and playing, who know a lot of players. No one is, like I said to you, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, no one is perfect, but we have a good knowledge of the game, and we try and be as honest as we can, and we do a little bit of previous work before we come into the interview. It's not off the cuff, it's prepared, but it's a lot of it off the cuff on the spot, say. But fantastic to have Pat here today.
Brilliant.
Great achievements. I
Couldn't
would
measure
love to
the
see you win
success.
that. What's the McCallum Cup?
You never forget about that.
Well, you never forget about it now, Pat.
Unless Caitlin wins this.
You never know.
You never know.
But look, lads, it's great to be here, and thanks very much for asking. It's a privilege to be here, having a bit of a banter.
Yeah.
But I wish you the best of luck, because it is a great thing.
Thanks very much.
I see in the work that you're putting in, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks very much, Pat.
Appreciate
and
that.
just one more thing for the Liverpool lads over there. Next year.
Hey, the year Pat retired, by the way, lads, when Facebook was invented.
Next year. Well, look, I keep fishing if they keep biting.
Oh, brilliant.
And you were a great fisherman.
Oh, yeah. Fisher and men.
Yeah.
Pat, brilliant. Thanks again so much. Really appreciate it for you joining us. Papa, thanks for always bringing a bit of class that you bring, a bit of pizzazz. Lads, we can be found on all platforms. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Facebook, we're on all platforms, all good podcasting platforms. Again, get in touch with us. I have the Facebook page set up. Drop us a line if you want any guests to come on. If your club is doing something you want to come and have a chat about, whatever it may be. Here, this is a blank canvas. This isn't mine and Papa's podcast. No. This is Carlos Soccer's podcast, right? So I think the involvement is a big thing. Listen, thanks again. Get the word out. Share us.
Help us as much as you can, lads.
Thanks a lot. All the best.
Cheers, boys.